Hello to all traders and welcome to this Monday's Market Insights video provided to you by Orbex. Here is the 4th of May, first trading session for the month. To be honest, we've had some very interesting developments last week. We've had the bank meetings. We've had a new narrative, new story now that Chinese have actually made the coronavirus in a laboratory in Wuhan. Now, there is increasing calls from Mr. Trump for transparency, but this time the re-emergence, let's say, of the US/China tensions are backed by other countries as well. Australia last week also wanted an independent inquiry into the COVID-19 outbreak. Chinese are, of course, reacting aggressively to the sensitivity over China's role in the outbreak. Trump is threatening with tariffs at a time where tariffs sounds like a joke to everybody else. The equities seem to be affected massively, not only on the profit end, but also, of course, having to lay off employers. That in return, of course, affects negatively the employment market in the US. And as if all that was not enough, yesterday we've had Mike Pompeo reiterating US claims that Chinese indeed produced the coronavirus in a laboratory in Wuhan. So obviously the equities are very well affected by these headlines. At the same time, we've seen the corporate earnings report also affecting the equities. And today, as is Monday as well, we're going to kick off the week with the S&P. And I'm also going to look at the US index as well, as the basket of currencies index seems to be moving exactly as we expected. So now, starting on the S&P, we're talking about this move being a complex combination, right? So we're still expecting these to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? And then below this previous low, of course, of 2180 or so. This is, of course, in the medium and longer term, I would say. So closer to what we are seeing now, we've had an ABC correction that was supposed to end around the 100 Fibonacci extension of waves A and B at 28.95. We had an extension a bit further to take out wave 5, of course. And that was because wave C of this primary move was a little bit extended. We went, however, to the 61.8 Fibonacci extension of waves 2 and 3, which is pretty much wave 3, right? Which near that, which is respected usually as a rule, okay? The fifth wave is similar to the 61.8 Fibonacci extension of wave 3. And since then, we started falling, right? Now, there is two significant things that have happened here to mention, right? One is that, of course, we've had the Fibonacci being missed, okay, at 29.88. We didn't get there. Plus, we missed the 3,000 mark as well. So now what that tells me is that we've had a weak attempt to get the 3,000. So when that normally happens, there's two things that can actually follow. One is that we're going to have a small retracement and then prices will go up to get the 3. Or we had a very weak attempt and now we're going to start sliding lower. Now, because of the structure of this move, okay, and because, of course, below wave 1, I don't see this as a pullback. I see this as an impulse to the downside, okay? Now, that being said, we need to break, obviously, below wave 4 to confirm that, right? 24, this is the 2720, okay? Once we break below 2720, we are going to head for wave A, which is 2640. And then all the way down to 25.28, and then of course 24.20. Then from there, we should be looking prices to really start crossing below the previous wave W low, and then move lower. Now, the chances of this, moving higher are also, I mean, they are slim, but they are still there, okay? Because at the end of the day, this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 ABC, and we could continue higher, or it could be an ABC, 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 ABC. We could just be like an ending triangle over here, okay? We do not know how that will pan out, but at least with some validation and validation levels here, we can project quite accurately with the support, of course, of the RSI as well, because we've seen this move over here being supported in the short term, of course, with divergence over here. Right now, since we do have this hidden divergence, okay, bullish, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a small move to the upside. Okay, we could go up to the 28.90 or so, which is a previous low as well, or even top, which is 29.20, and then start moving lower again. Now on the US index, I mean, we talked about this move for a while now. We talked about this being 1, 2, 3. We had an elongated 4 and then 5 wave to the downside, which I'm still seeing it as currently in play. So this is wave 3. I see this move as an A, B, and a C, an expanded flat that can take us up to the 99.50, okay, and still validate this as a move to the downside. And once we get to the 99.50, we should be looking for prices to start moving lower once again, potentially in a impulsive move, 5 wave, right, or either that or an ending triangle. Now, in case that doesn't happen, and since of course we missed this previous low as well as this previous low, now we need to go obviously below wave 3 to finalize wave 5, which is below the 98.30 at least. Now, because of that, what else could happen is that we could get these becoming a triple zigzag. That would be W, X, Y, X, and Z, and then complete wave 4 here, and then move down. Now, that would be the case more likely if we break above the 99.50 as we speak, right? Because that would mean that there's no wave 5. Wave 5 was down here, and we're not going to break into new lows, which seems to suggest that the correction is going to last a little bit longer than expected, okay? That would still, well, potentially that would become an ABC, and then we would have an ABC and then a move to the downside, okay? But now for the short term, I see that we are probably going to take the 99.50 out at least, because we've had a very good bullish hidden divergence signal as well here between prices and RSI. Once we get there, then this is the place, 19.50, that we can start pretty much deciding for the short/medium term, okay? So this would be all for the day. Have a good trading session, and I will speak to you again tomorrow.